Hi, welcome to the Peaceful Home. Today I am going to give this amazing built-in bookcase a complete makeover. This project is long overdue and I plan on removing everything from the shelves, cleaning it completely, and then reorganizing it and giving it a bit of a new look. This is also the main play area for my grandkids. And before, my toys were all stored in the laundry room, and now I want to bring some of them out, provide some storage on the shelves for the most used, most loved toys. If you're new here, I'm Teresa Elling. I'm a professional organizer, parenting coach, wife and homeschool mom to 6 graduated kids. And now we've been blessed with 5 grandchildren, 1 more on the way. I'm going to start by removing everything off of the shelves. Now, I recently did a major declutter, 1,000 items from my home. Because of that, I don't really have to go through this stuff in terms of decluttering. The DVDs that are on the sides have already been taken care of. We actually got rid of, I believe, 50. 48 of our books and 48 children's books, which I cannot believe. And still, these shelves are pretty stuffed. I said I didn't need to declutter, but man, this is a lot of books. And I've always been an avid reader, but you know, things do change over the years. And as I'm getting older, my kids are grown, and now it's just grandkids. I think I'm still gonna need to go through these books again and really get rid of some of the ones that I don't think I'll read again. It can be really hard to get rid of things because what we're doing is saying, I'm actually planning on not reading this book again. And most of us don't really want to say that, but I'm going to do the best I can to be honest with myself and maybe declutter just a few more things. When I do dust, you know, along the front of the shelf and the tops of the books, you can see how dirty it's gotten in the very back. I don't pull out all the books to dust, but it's amazing the dirt and grime that gets back there. So what I've decided is I'm going to use my feather duster to begin, and then I'm going to use my wet spray and e-cloth. Well, I got this all finished and I absolutely love it. There are a few things I want you to consider if you are decorating a bookshelf, mantle, open shelving in a kitchen, anything like that, even a hutch. And those things are color, texture, and height. You want to make sure to put pops of color throughout the space in a way that allows your eye to travel and kind of hunt around for those colors, because that's what your eye naturally does. Same with textures. You could have glass, pottery, ceramics, baskets, paper, different types of metals, fabrics, leather, and even natural elements from the outside, like bark, flowers, or rocks. The third thing is height. You want to vary the height on your different shelves. I have a video for my decorating series and I talk about how you can vary heights in a really pleasing way. I will link that below. When it comes to books, varying your placement from horizontal to vertical can really make a difference in changing things up. Also, when you do stack books horizontally, you're able to use that as another surface, varying the height and being able to put a few things on top of that. One of the projects I'll be doing in the new year is making a play kitchen for my grandkids, and that's when I plan on completing this whole area as a mini playroom. I was able to put some of the toys onto shelves. I've ordered some metal label holders And I'm going to be able to put those on the boxes so that I can write which toys are in which boxes. When those come in, I will film those and put them at the end of the video. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and I invite you to subscribe to a channel that is all about home and family. For the most part, I put all of our fiction books on the top shelves, and I arrange those according to youth and adult, and then by color. I have a couple of series that are much loved, and the Little House ones went down on the kids' shelves. I have another series that was a favorite, such an encouragement to me when I was a new wife and mother. And I love these books, but the colors are a little bright, and so I covered them with a little bit of brown paper and tied them together with some twine. I also did that with my set of Anne of Green Gables and with one of my husband's favorite sets by Ted Dekker. The titles are red, black, green, and white, and the covers are those colors, and it was very glaring to my eye, so I turned those around and simply wrote the titles on the pages opposite the spine. I also have quite a bit of gold or brass that I've scattered throughout just in decor, just a few favorite pieces. And I was able to take this beautiful planer that belonged to my grandfather and use it basically as a bookend. Coming down from the top, I began to fill in with all of my nonfiction books. I also included some novels that are classics because they have beautiful hardbound covers. Last time I had all of my red hardback books showing, but this time I wanted to just be a little more discreet with my color, and so I turned all of those backwards. Now, that would actually drive me crazy if my whole bookshelf was like that, but it's just a few books, and if I need one of those, I know which ones have the red covers, and I could find it fairly easily. Because I didn't love the bright red on these identification guides, I tucked those in the back and put them all in this box. So all of our guides are here in one place whenever we see a new animal, track, bird, anything interesting on the property. Most of the boxes and baskets of toys are either up high enough where little ones can't reach because they need to check them out, or they are down low enough, meaning they can access them at any time. I do have a 3-part series on organizing toys for toddlers and children and how to help your kids pick up their own items, and I will link that series below. This basket on the shelf has a great hinged lid, and it just has playing cards and trivia and different activities for the grandkids. Using baskets to corral items or collections is a really great way to go on open shelving. I'm blessed to have some beautiful old family Bibles that go back multiple generations, and even a Webster's dictionary that is ancient. And I think these old books just bring so much character into a home. I really love them. I'm so happy to have a place where I can display them. My daughter took one of the family Bibles and propped it up on the shelf and just let it fall open. And it opened to the book of Esther, which actually is one of my favorite books. It's an amazing story with so many lessons to be learned about communication, appeals, patience, and trust in God. If you've never read Esther, you should read it. I love that the Bible happened to open up to that book. I just found this horse sculpture at a thrift store recently, and it's a treasure. It looks very much like my husband's horse Trigger, and I got it for him, and I thought it was really a great fit for this bookcase, especially a lot of the creams and beiges and neutrals that I wanted to have throughout the space. Another thing I love to add to bookshelves is artwork, and that adds another element of height, and it brings in color. I love this painting here. I also have a little tiny painting over here. And then right in front of this, with some horizontally stacked books, I have an old magnifying glass that I let the kids play with. Some tiny little clay animals. I don't know if you can see this little raccoon, but I went with my friend Jonelle to Nicaragua, and we got these there. We each got a set, and we had so much fun picking them out for our grandchildren. This one's a little armadillo with the baby on its back. They're so cute, and my grandkids love to check these out and play with them. And then another one of my treasures, I just have to show you guys this. This is the New Testament presented by the Army of the United States. And on the first page is a letter written by President Roosevelt with his signature. It just blessed me so much to know that Bibles were handed out during wartime. This says, the White House, Washington, March 6th, 1941. To the members of the Army, as Commander-in-Chief, I take great pleasure in commending the reading of the Bible to all who serve in the armed forces of the United States. Throughout the centuries, men of many faiths and diverse origins have found in this sacred book words of wisdom, counsel, and inspiration. It is a fountain of strength, and now, as always, an aid in attaining the highest aspirations of the human soul. Very sincerely yours, F.D. Roosevelt. I thrifted this little Bible years ago, and it is a treasure. And it's got its little spot stacked right here. Another thing that I did in bringing in texture was I have 3 different pots of plants or dried flowers, and I spaced them out throughout the shelves. I hope you received some inspiration today to decorate some shelves and hopefully some tips to make it a little bit easier. Thanks so much for joining me today on The Peaceful Home. Have a great day. Wife and homeschool mom to 6 graduated kids, and now I have 5 grandchildren. 2, 3, 4, 5.